All right, first question, Riley, is from Chad Leistikow.
Hey Riley, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? Pretty good.
Good. Merry Christmas. It's asked this to Sam too, but you obviously could have opted out of this game and are not. Can you kind of describe your feelings about playing one more time in a Hawkeye uniform?
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said last year, when I stayed, you only get so many opportunities to put on the black and gold, and I got to put black and gold down in Nashville. So it's an exciting spot for us to be in, and I'm excited to go out one last time with the boys. To hopefully cap off with a win and end my career on W. So,
All right, next question is from Scott Docterman.
Yeah, Riley, as you're kind of winding down your career here, and you had last year you played in the bowl game and you guys lost at the end, and then of course what happened 4 weeks ago against Nebraska. Just is this kind of that? What's kind of the mindset of the team at this point? Just knowing that I'm sure you want to end this year with a good conclusion.
Yeah, I think Nebraska hurt obviously, and it hurt everyone who put time and effort into the preparation in the game, and I think we've kind of taken that. We had a few days off during this time period, the past 4 weeks, but whenever we're in here, that bitter taste of our last game, has kind of been driving us this during this bowl prep. So I'd say kind of like the team atmosphere, how we're all feeling. I think we're ready to actually go against Kentucky again, and we've been going against each other in practice and stuff, and it's been getting chippy and competitive. So I think we're ready for an opponent other than Iowa versus Iowa.
All right, next question is from John Steppe.
Hey Riley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So it's a rough game against Nebraska for some of the younger cornerbacks. How have you seen TJ and Jamison kind of bounce back?
Yeah, I remember, talking to TJ after the game, and he was he was apologizing to me, and he was apologizing to everyone on the team, and I told him, I said, it's not one person who lost that game, and I made sure to kind of talk to him like that, because that happened to me, Purdue, my freshman year. And so I wanted to make sure, I told him, I said, you can make what happened at Nebraska either, tear you away. And that's why you weren't a good football players because of that game, or you can make it, that's my why. I'm never going to do that again. And, they're going to ask in 4 years, what was the turning point? How did you become such a great football player at Iowa? And hopefully it's because, after that Nebraska game, he turned it around, and I've seen him turn it around, and he's been working really hard, and he's been very consistent. So he's been doing a great job in bowl prep.
All right, next question is from Tom Kakert.
Riley, what have you seen from the guys throwing the football in practice so far with Joe, and in particular how he's kind of commanded things, and what do you expect from him from the?
Yeah, he's thrown some good balls. He's mobile, which we're not typically used to that. Iowa versus Iowa, so that's puts a little spin on things. So I think that's kind of the thing that's been getting us a little bit, is having a mobile quarterback back there. And they've thrown in some different stuff for him as well. So he's been doing a great job, and he's been stepping up into the role that he needs to, and that's all we can ask for him. So
All right, next question is from Mark Froon.
Hey Riley, in portal time here, a lot of teams are dealing with this, but with the turnover of the last few weeks and the various opt-outs, just how's it felt first, and then secondly, how much more important does kind of some steady leadership, like the leadership maybe you provide, how much more important does that become when things are kind of all over the place?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's been kind of an unprecedented, past couple of weeks, with the transfer portal, NIL, people getting paid a lot of money, and then people just not playing in bowl games anymore. So, it's definitely a different landscape for college football. And, I think, guys like me and Campbell, Sam Laporta, we've been doing it the entire year, but it's very important to make sure that we keep on leading and showing the younger guys what's right and what's wrong, because we're not going to be there next year, and we're going to need some of these younger guys to step up and lead. So this is our last shot to do it, and the past 4 weeks we've been doing it, and hopefully we leave a mark. So
Next question is from Corey Breda.
Riley, I want to ask you about Deshaun Lee. Sometimes we forget about him because he signed late in this past class. Can you talk about his development? What have you seen from him during bowl prep?
Yeah, he's grown a lot through fall camp, throughout the season, and then during our developmental practices the past couple of weeks. He's he's starting to understand the defense a little bit better, and the thing about Deshaun is he's got great feet, great hips, and that helps him, at the line with jamming and pressing and stuff. So I think those are some of his strengths, and now it's just kind of getting comfortable with the defense.
All right, Scott Docterman.
Riley, I wanted to ask you about Xavier Wampa. Has he been on the first unit now with Kayvon out, and what's kind of how does his skill set translate to this defense? Whether it's in the bowl game or the next couple of years.
Yeah, he's been taking reps at strong. We had him at free, and then we moved him to strong. He's been doing really well. It's just getting into different game situations and stuff, and that'll come with time, but he's got great vision, and as you guys know, he's a great athlete too, and that always helps in the back end, especially when you're playing corner. You got a guy back there you can trust. So it's just going through different route concepts that that you don't necessarily learn through the playbook, if that makes sense. So it's just kind of playing football and getting used to each other on the field. But he's been doing a great job.
As far as your process for the next level, which starts January 1st, what's kind of next on your agenda? I mean, I assume you already have an agent lined up, probably there in Nashville. And then after that, where are you going to go to train?
Yeah. I'm going to end up in Fort Myers, training at X3 down there. So I'll be doing that for a few months, but the first couple of weeks I'll get down there, and then I'll go to Mobile, Alabama for the Senior Bowl. After Mobile, I'll go back, train and stuff, and then, it'll be the combine and then pro day. So I'm excited to get down there, and it just snowed a bunch, as you guys know. And so I'm gonna be able to dodge some of that for a good couple months.
Good deal.
All right, I think that should do it. Thank you, Riley.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right, Joe's coming up here now. If you guys want to get ready to go with questions, and we'll get this going. Good go. All right, Joe, first question out of the docket will be from Tom Caker.
Hey, Joe, hope you're doing well. Wondered how this experience has been like taking over as the starting quarterback going into a bowl game.
Pretty good, pretty smooth so far. Just, practicing, trying to get as many reps as possible. That's most important for me, just trying to get comfortable with everything I have to do on the offensive side of the ball, doing my job the right way. So.
All right, next question is from John Steppe.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. What's it been like in terms of trying to kind of have, after working on scout team so much, now working with the playbook and taking those first team reps?
Yeah, it's different than scout for sure. Different pace, scout, you would go 100%, and kind of like preparing for Kentucky right now. On the offense, you would kind of go 50%, maybe little less than 100%. So it's different, but it's also, a lot more mental for me, obviously. But it's been good, just getting comfortable and getting the reps, and as many reps as possible has been huge for me.
Next question is from Chad Leistikow.
Hey, Joe, how many practices have you guys had so far? And, can you maybe give us a little sense of how rough it was at first and how much you feel yourself getting better each and every day?
Yeah, we've had about 7-8 practices so far, and yeah, first practice compared to let's say today or like last practice, definitely a huge difference. It was kind of the first practice was my first time getting in there and getting used to everything. I was on scout before the entire year, so when they told me I was going to be the guy, it was kind of just throwing me in the fire right away and going from there. But yeah, day one was a learning curve for sure.
All right, next question is from Scott Doctorman.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, this has been an interesting process for you because I know last year you were on scout team and a lot of people were really high on you and you had an opportunity to compete in the spring and ended up third. I mean, what's kind of this last calendar year been like for you? Has it been kind of a whirlwind? And then, how much have you leaned on Spencer through this period right now?
Yeah, it has been a whirlwind, but Spencer, he's been helping me out a lot. He's like a third coach out there, another quarterback coach. He helps me out. He talks to me every single play, and I need that. And he's been helping me out loud. He's been great. So I really appreciate him for helping me out. And he knows the offense very well, obviously. So just getting input from him, not only from Brian or whoever else, but from him as well, that helps me out a lot.
Next question is from Corey Breda.
Hey, Joe. Kind of a two-part question for me. So first of all, in the event that the called play in the Music City Bowl is not ideal when you get up to the line of scrimmage, how much freedom will you have to change plays? I guess take the first part first.
How much freedom do I have to change plays, you're saying?
How much comfortability, how much freedom are the coaching staff, how much are they giving you as far as flexibility if you get up to the line of scrimmage and you're not comfortable with the look?
Pretty flexible. I think that's more of like preparing for, getting into our preparation, but because we haven't gone over too much on that, but I think they feel comfortable with me changing plays.
Okay. And then what would you say your greatest strength is on the football field?
I would say extending plays. When the play's not working or something happens, goes wrong, being able to create and make plays, I would say.
All right, next question is from Tom Caker.
Joe, I was wondering your thoughts on Cade McNamara coming to the University of Iowa and how that impacts you.
Not too much. I haven't put much thought into that, to be honest with you, because my focus is on this bowl game. That's most important to me right now. That's it's been a while, since I've ever started in a game. So my focus is on this right now. So.
All right, next question is from John Steppe.
I imagine this is an opportunity that you've been dreaming of for a while. What was the moment like when you found out that you were going to be QB1 for this game?
It was kind of a shock, and it was just a mix of a lot of emotions. But called my parents right away, and they were happy for me and excited, and I was excited for the opportunity as I am right now. But yeah, it was kind of like a shock at first, but like it would be for anyone. But it was pretty cool, but also like nerve-wracking at the same time. Like, oh crap, But yeah.
Chad Leistikow.
Yeah, Joe. How scaled back might the offense be with you? I mean, obviously, we understand that you don't have Spencer's knowledge base yet to this point. I mean, is it kind of your preference that you have kind of a narrowed down like set of plays? What percentage of playbook are you comfortable with?
I'm comfortable with basically everything. Just throughout this bowl prep, there's just there's a lot of reps, and you need that as at any position, but especially a quarterback, because it's a lot of mental stuff that you have to focus on. And it's just the reps have been helping me out a lot, and I've been getting comfortable with everything, and so the playbook is pretty wide open. So yeah.
Our next question is from Mike Kloss.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good, thanks. I was wondering how you view this game next week, just as far as what it means for your future.
I would say it means a lot, like just like any game would mean a lot, no matter what game it is. But this game in particular being my first career start, it's pretty big, I'm just gonna go out there and not really think about it too much. I'm just gonna go out there just like it's any other day, like it's practice and just roll. But it's obviously a big opportunity for me, and I'm excited for it, and looking to do some things out there. So,
If I might follow up on that, when you say about doing some things, in your mind, ideally, would you like to run with the ball X number of times a game? I know that you consider yourself a dual threat guy.
yeah, I'm cool with running the ball. If the call comes in and it's me, I'm ready to go. So,
Okay, thank you.
All right, next question is from Mark Frund.
Hi, Joe. Has there been any uncertainty or just adjusting to the lack of certain guys that have left for the transfer portal? Did that kind of affect preparation in any way, or is it kind of a situation where you've had enough practices without these guys by the time you get to the bowl game that it may not make as much of a difference as we might think?
It's just like these guys I've been playing with and like with scout team, it's just like that next man up mentality, right? And to your point, we're pretty comfortable with whoever's in there, or at least I am. So I've been working with everybody. So
All right, Joe, we'll go 2 more questions. First one is from Tom Caker.
Joe, there's a lot of talk from your teammates that we've spoken to about your mobility, maybe some wrinkles in the playbook. Is that kind of the game plan, is to use your mobility more in this bowl game?
Yeah, a little bit. We've added some stuff to the playbook that we haven't ran ever. And yeah, it's pretty good. I feel very confident about it, and I'm excited about it. So yeah.
All right, Joe, last question will be from Scott Docterman.
Is there a concerted effort to try to minimize everything that you've got to try to put together mentally? Because I can see where this situation could be very overwhelming. And in particular, I mean, Spencer is like on a calculus level of knowing this offense, and I'm not sure you're where you are. You're probably not quite there. But how do you prevent from being overwhelmed? Did you have like a breakdown with Brian after practice to go over everything that you saw, what you like, maybe what seems a little bit too much, or have you reached that phase yet?
Yeah, I mean, all that comes from just reps in practice, getting as many reps as possible to get comfortable with what you're doing, but also, like you said, getting in the meetings and making sure you're on the same page, making sure you're correcting what you screwed up in practice, and then getting it right next practice, most importantly. So yes, it's in the meetings, it's in practice, it's wherever. So